Hello fellow collectors and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at the DX Ultra Z Riser from Ultraman Z. You can see him featured very prominently here on the left side of the packaging. Now I'm going to just say this right out the gate. I'm so used to the term Riser being associated with Kamen Rider Zero One. So if I call this guy Kamen Rider Z at some point, forgive me. Obviously it's Ultraman Z. I'm just expecting it to happen. But in any case, you get the Z Riser itself. You get the 3 Ultraman medals for Zero, 7, and Leo. And then you also get the Ultra Access card for Haruki, who is our main protagonist. So very cool. The set looks like a lot of fun. 2 episodes of the show have been out so far. We're getting simulcast. I think it's like a half hour after it airs in Japan. We get to watch it live on YouTube, which is amazing. I'm super excited about how they're doing it this year. And both episodes of the show so far have been great. So if you want to check it out, go find Subaraya's official YouTube channel. I believe the episodes are still out there. I don't know how long they're going to last, but if you haven't seen the show yet, definitely check it out. So up top here, you can see this looks to be maybe the first 4 forms of Z. This was kind of his original form that he started out as. And then once he gets, I don't know what you would call it. He kind of crashes on Earth and loses his powers, and he comes back as Alpha Edge. And then these are the next 2 forms that we're going to see, whose names I don't know off the top of my head. But the 3 medals we get here give us the base form Alpha Edge. So that's what we'll be taking a look at. Not too much going on there on the bottom. The side here really just kind of shows the continuing picture, which is kind of cool. And this side, again, just kind of shows Z and the riser itself. And then taking a look on the back, shows you how the toy works with the medals. You load them in. Of course, we'll be seeing all of that. And then you also get the beams here. So it looks like you can do it with nothing inserted. So we'll have to give that all a shot. That's probably for the base form. And then this looks like maybe the next form coming up here. Let's see, Ultraman Z Beta Smash. Is that what that says? Smashu, yeah, Beta Smash. So there you go. I guess they're going to go by the Greek alphabet because I think it's Alpha Edge, Beta Smash, and then it's Gamma something or other. Gamma Spark or Gamma something. I can't remember off the top of my head, but looks like they're going with the Greek alphabet. So there you go. Looks like there's also an arcade game that you can use the roleplay items with, so that should be neat for people who live in Japan. Not for me. I won't be able to do that, but either way, you will also need 3 AAA batteries, which are not included, so make sure you have those. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the packaging, so we're going to go ahead, get everything out, and take a closer look. So here's everything you get in the box. Although I should say, not everything. Was very surprised to find this inside the box. This was the free promotional item. It is the Zero and Jeed like combo medal, because they're obviously going to be like mentors this year, which is very cool. And I was not expecting that. This I did not think I was going to get, because usually it comes outside the box, but I guess they're putting them inside now, because I opened up the box and this just fell out. And so I'll do a separate video for this later on, but I wanted to point it out because I was kind of shocked to find that inside. So here is the Ultra Access card for Haruki. I keep wanting to call him Hiramu, but this isn't Go Busters. So in any case, here is Haruki card. It's kind of plasticky on the top, but then it's definitely very papery on the bottom. I don't think it's in any danger of ripping, but I kind of wish it was like the solid plastic cards we see with like the Decade Driver and things like that. Also made by Bandai, so I was kind of hoping they would be a little bit less papery. But again, I think it's fairly good card stock. I don't think it's going to rip or tear or anything as long as you're careful with it. But looks great. Really nice picture there on the front. On the back, you can see a barcode system. Looks like you got some stats, or probably some kind of game, probably that arcade game I mentioned. But yeah, so that's the card, which we need. We'll get there in a moment. Then we get 3 medals. So we have, this is 7. And everyone's been telling me they look like poker chips. I absolutely have to agree. They definitely do. They're not as heavy as I expected. I kind of expected them to be a little bit weightier. Not a problem, though. They're definitely still really, really cool. You got some hollow foil inside there. Can't go wrong. They're a solid plastic, but I guess because I thought they would, because they look so much like poker chips, I thought they'd be a little heavier, but totally fine. Here is Leo, and then here is Zero. So pretty cool. I'm excited. I like this gimmick. I really do. I think this is going to be fun this year. A combination of cards and metals. I really did not like the crystals from Rube. The bracelets and the rings from Taiga were okay, but I think these are going to be more fun. Plus, they're small, compact, easy to collect, easy to store. Those bracelets were terrible. You know, with the giant, rings that are everywhere. These, I think, are going to be a lot more fun, so I'm excited for these. And then taking a look at the riser itself, you can see the big Z there in the center. This is where you put the card in. Of course, this is where you slide your medals. I wish these were, like extra spots for metal storage, but not so much. You can see the back. This is where you put the 3 AAA batteries, on and off switch right here. You have the trigger button right here. This is the release to slide this part back around. And I think it's kind of neat how this looks kind of like a bladed weapon or something. I wonder if we'll ever see Hadouki actually use it as a weapon, because I feel like it definitely looks like some kind of bladed weapon. I don't know. We'll see. Probably not, but I just think it looks like that. So anyway, basically how this works, we're going to go ahead and turn this on back here. So you can see this, there's an LED right in here which lights up. So if I press the trigger, let me see if I can move this up a little bit so you can actually see the darn thing. And it looks like the speaker is actually built in right here in the front. So not doing anything but pressing the trigger, you get kind of some generic sounds. And this is not lighting up at all. So if we press this in to release, and then this goes all the way back over, and that kind of primes it like it's going to start looking for the cards and the medals now. So you can see the light comes on and starts like making a pulsing sound. So you can see it kind of made it sound like it didn't quite work because it realizes there's nothing inside. And we're back to that kind of regular sounds that we had before. But if we bring this all the way back around, we hold it down this time. Makes no difference. It still doesn't work unless you put a card in. So we'll try this around. Alright, this time we will hit the button. Slide this in here. So as you can hear there, didn't do anything. So there it says Ultraman Z. So I'm assuming that's his original form without any of the metals inserted. If we go back around and we hold it in this time, So I think that's pretty cool. You can actually transform without any metals inserted, and then if you go back and go around again after you hold it down, you get an attack sound. So that's pretty cool. If we have this go all the way back, you can put in like just one metal. Like for example, we'll try just Leo. So if we hit the button, so it says Ultraman Z Leo, and you can see that the LED blinked red. So it's not a full like combo transformation. You don't get a full all the pomp and circumstance in the name because it's not an official form. It's just Leo. But if we go back, hold it down, and you get that beam attack sound. Nothing super fancy, but I think that's pretty cool. So let's go ahead. This time we'll try just 7. So it's kind of neat. You get a different colored LED there. It's blue this time. You get a little different sound effect. So kind of a generic beam sound there, but it did sound different than Leo's. And then this time we'll try 0. So again, you get a different beam sound, different from the other 3 or the other 2 so far. So that's really cool. I think that's really neat that you can actually use each of them individually. Of course, you're not going to get full form transformations, but it reminds me very much of like the Geed capsules, how each one gave you something on its own, and then you made as many different combinations as you can. Now, I think this year is also going to be very reminiscent of the Geed capsules in the way that as you get more medals, there's probably going to be more and more secret combinations you can find. So that's going to be really fun to discover as the year goes on. It also doesn't surprise me that Geed's coming back as a mentor this year, and that the play pattern is kind of the same as Geed's play pattern. So that just gets me excited because I loved Geed, loved the show, loved the toys, loved the play pattern, all of that. So I'm very, very excited for this year's gimmick, and these toys I think are going to be really fun. I want to try just like 2 now and see if this makes a difference. So we have, as I drop them everywhere, that's 7, and then let's try 0. Let's see what just 2 do. So it says Ultraman Z70. So that's interesting. So again, not an official form, but pretty cool. I honestly can't remember if that's one of the same beam sounds as we got with just. I think it's kind of the same as the zero beam sound, even though it was a minute ago. I honestly can't remember. But either case, again, I think that's pretty cool. Let's try. Let's do Zero and Leo. So again, pretty cool. Says both the names, some crazy sound effects there. I feel like that was definitely a sound effect we heard before. Well, we've done this many different ones. We might as well do the final combo before we get to all three of Seven and Leo. That one wasn't as exciting. Yeah, that definitely sounded like the same sound effect we've heard before. All right, let's do it. Let's get to the main event. All three of them. So there you go, Alpha Edge. At this point, if you hit the trigger, you get those generic sounds again. Let's go back. So there you go. That is the final attack sound for Alpha Edge. So I'm excited. I think this is going to be really fun. I can't wait to get my hands on some more medals so we can start doing some more combinations and whatnot. But definitely really fun so far. I like this thing a lot. I really do. I like the design of it. It's a little clunky at first to, get the piece to move from the side all the way back over, but you do it once or twice, you got the hang of it. You just have to make sure you hit that release every time because you don't want to force it back without the release because it actually clicks into this channel here for stability and you have to release that. Otherwise, you'll be in some trouble. But the lights and sounds are great. I love the metal gimmick. It's just kind of fun to me because it also kind of looks like coins. So it's like ultra currency. But in any case, I really like everything about this so far. I'm really excited. Definitely excited to get my hands on more of the metals because it's going to mean more possible combinations and maybe even some secret combinations that we don't know about. The fact that you can put each one through separately, do combinations of two, it'll say the names, give you some kind of generic attack sound. It's not an official form, and I get that, but at least it's a little something. That was kind of my big complaint with um, Rube, where you only had like four main combinations and everything else just kind of made generic sounds. These at least like all say their names, and maybe I mean I thought we got at least three different beam sounds there when we used them individually. I think they did repeat some of them when I did the combinations of two, but I feel like that's already more sounds than we got with Rube, so I'm definitely here for it. And I know we're going to get a lot more combinations. I'm hoping that there's going to be some secret combinations they don't use in the show, but are still in the toy, very much like the G capsules, because that would be really fun as well. And then you kind of have to go online and find someone who hacked the driver and found all the different combination sounds and everything like that. So there's definitely going to be Candy Toy Gashapon versions of these medals. There's monster medals. So there's going to be a lot of great stuff. And I know that there's more access cards as well, because I think two different sets of a new access card and some medals went up recently that come out later this month. So this is going to be fun. I'm really, really, really excited for the rest of Z's run. And I think this Henshin device is very neat. And like I said, I would love to see him use it as kind of like a bladed weapon at some point in the show. I think that would be really cool. It could just be a coincidence, and that could just be the design they went with, but I think it would make sense. I also kind of realize why you can't put medals on this side, because of the fact that this has to slide over. I'm sure it would cause a clearance issue, and that's why they didn't want to deal with that. And after I think about it like that, it makes a lot of sense. So I don't really have anything to complain about this. I really think it's a lot of fun. I feel like just with the riser itself, you get a decent amount of sounds and playability out of it. But just collecting, the horde of medals that's going to come out this year is going to add even more playability. And I love a toy like that where I'm sure they love it too. The more you buy, the more fun you can have. But I'm a sucker for stuff like that. I got to collect them all. So definitely recommend picking this up. I think HLJ still has some in stock. That's where I got mine. If you're looking for this, you can head over there and check it out. Otherwise, I don't know. Get ready for a really fun year of Ultraman. The show seems great. The toys seem great. I'm really, really excited. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed the video. And as always, thanks so much for watching.